Yo, welcome back to this channel, you Wilco Wild Watchers. Okay, so something slightly different today. I'm just going to be doing a gear review on a pair of Salomon Quest 3 4D GTX boots that I've owned for the last 6 years. I've seen a lot of reviews on these boots, but they're doing them when they're brand new, or they're unboxing them, or they've only had them for 6 months. So I thought I'd do a really good test on these 6 years I've had them. So yeah, let's dive straight in. Here is the boot in question. So this is the Salomon Quest 4D 3 GTX hiking boot. So where should we start? Let's start with the sole. This sole is absolutely awesome. It's a contra grip sole. This has got a system in it where different parts of the sole have got different density in the rubber. So in the parts that usually would wear down first, it's a lot more dense, so it kind of balances out and all stays the same. As you can see, I don't know if you can see on there, after 6 years the grip is still pretty deep, so the tread's still quite deep. Really grippy boots. Never had any problems slipping on rocks or anything like that. Really grippy boots. Toe cap at the front, really hard toe cap. That's got some good protection on it in case you're banging your feet against rocks and stuff like that. But the boot has also got quite a lot of flex in the front, which is what you want. Not too much flex, but quite a lot. And that was straight out of the box as well. I didn't have to wear them in or anything like that. So that's the sole covered. The inside, so we've got an awful light sock liner in there, which makes it really, tries to keep the temperature inside the boot perfect basically. So that always seems to do a good job for me. I don't really get sweaty feet anyway, but that's always done a good job for me. So yeah, the lacing system. So the lacing system on this boot I actually prefer to the new boots that I've bought, which I'll show you now. So I've basically got the new version of this boot, and on the lacing system I actually prefer the old boot, purely because it has the lock-off points there, and these two ones up here are actually like half lock-offs. So if I just show you, when I pull the lace through there, you'll hear it click, if I can do it right. So you'll hear it clicking like that, and that makes it a little bit harder to get out. Whereas on the new boots I've got, it doesn't do that. They just fall straight back out, and it can be slightly annoying sometimes if you're trying to lace them up quickly. But yeah, apart from that, all the lacing system on this is great. I'll tell you a funny story about the laces. So I would say 3 years ago I tied that off. I tied my laces, and that hasn't been undone since in 3 years. So what I do is, now I know that's the exact perfect setting for my boot. So when I put them on, I pull that one tight, twist, lock off, done. And that's a really good way of getting your boot on, if you can find that sweet spot. And I haven't had to do it in 3 years, and it's really tight, really comfortable. So yeah, good. Okay, let's move on. The tongue has these channels running down the sides here, which I find really good for comfort. Just depends on the fatness of your feet, it just gives it that little bit of play, so that's really handy. The ankle support, so these are high top boots obviously. The ankle support is absolutely amazing. It feels like your leg and your foot have just been fused. If you do the laces up correctly, it will feel like that, and you'll feel invincible going over the rocks and the rugged terrain, so which is what you want. So yeah, really good boot. The only reason these are being downgraded now is because they're starting to let in a little bit of water through like gaps here and here where the glues come off. The material's starting to crack around here, and they are pretty waterproof boots with the Gore-Tex technology on them. So that's like a membrane that sits all the way around, and it's just waterproof membrane. But they are pretty waterproof. I wouldn't say waterproof, but water resistant. They will handle puddles and stuff like that, no problem. But if you fully submerge them, you will eventually get water seeping in. I have had it once when I had torrential rains. I must have got a lot of water on this top part here, and it did seep in. So that's the only time I've ever got wet feet in these boots. But yeah, apart from that, absolutely amazing boot. Highly recommend, 5 out of 5. I can't really put any downfalls on them. I think they are actually, you can connect some crampons to them, but not any of the big ones like the mountaineering kinds. So I think when you go for a mountaineering boot, you go in 250, 300 plus. Whereas these boots were £180 6 years ago, and I would say they've been well worth it. These new boots that I've got on now as well, they were 180, so the pricing stayed the same. The sizing of the boots, really good, I think. So my actual foot size, if you measure them correctly, is 12.5 UK, and these are 12.5 exactly, and they fit like a dream. A little tiny bit of space in the end, which is what you want. Fit absolutely perfect. So that's those. And like I say, I won't be saying goodbye to them. They'll be my new dog walking shoes, and I'll be taking the new ones out. So if you want to see the new ones, stick around and I'll take one off now and we'll show you any differences. Okay, so as you can see, if I put it up against the old boot, so these are the new Quests. These are the Salomon Quest 4s. So the Quest 4 4D GTXs. So these are just the new version of the boot we've just reviewed. And as you can see, there's a couple of little differences. The main one being active support bit here. So we'll see how that fares in the mountains and whatnot. We've got a new little bit of like a little pull cord there, just to make it easy to pull your tongue up when you're doing your laces up, which is pretty cool. The grip is identical, so it's got another Conti grip on it, sole on it, exactly the same tread. And to be honest, after 6 years of use on the different treads, so this is the one 6 years, this is the new one, there's not that much difference. They are slightly different treads actually. Well, there's not that much wear on these ones to say they're 6 years old. So yeah, there's the new one. I'm not going to do a review on these obviously because I've just got them, so it'll probably be another 6 years down the line when you get a review from these ones. But yeah, thanks for watching as always. A little bit of a different one, so I'm going to do a few gear reviews here and there, but the next one will be some kind of camping video. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.